Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Robby here from Chalk and Steel once again. And in this video, I wanted to go over a couple things here when it comes to getting loose, getting mobile for your workouts. So, as we all know, it's very important to be nice and mobile when it comes to our workouts, especially in CrossFit. So, there's a lot of movements, a lot of exercises that we do in CrossFit that require you to have good mobility. If your mobility is not good, chances are you're going to get hurt, or you're not going to be able to perform at your optimum level of performance. So it's really important that we get your mobility right, and so I wanted to show you just a couple tips here using these bands here. They're just going to get you nice and loose when it comes to especially overhead movements, because a lot of times with people it's the shoulders that are the most immobile part of the body. So a couple things here we're going over with the bands. Very simple. We get these bands here set up. We use these all the time for pull-ups, but they're great for mobility as well. So couple stretches that you can use for the before workout, after workout are always good to do. The first one would be just stretching out our lats. Okay, so the way, make sure our lats are tight. Okay, especially when we're doing pull-ups, a lot of kipping pull-ups, butterfly pull-ups. Having nice mobile lats and shoulders can make all the difference in your workout. So what I usually do is I put my wrist in here like so. Okay, I'm just going to wrap around like this. All right, and now I'm just leaning forward. Okay, getting a stretch in that lat position like so. Okay, see what it looks like from the other side. Okay, so here, all right, getting that stretch in that lat position here. Okay, now anytime you're stretching, anytime you're doing a hold, make sure you're resting. Make sure you're stretching, holding it for about 30 seconds. All right, you don't want to go about 10 seconds or anything like that. You're not getting much done if you do that. So 30 seconds, rest, shake it off, get the other side, and then come back to it again. All right. Also, the other thing you can do is, this is another common one you see all the time, people opening up their shoulders like so. Okay, now it depends what movement you're doing. If I'm doing an overhead press, I'm going to want to be nice and loose in this position here, right? So, however, if I am doing a snatch, I want to be out here, okay, as if I was doing a snatch, like so. Okay, so these are just a couple tips you can use when it comes to warming up your shoulders. If you're doing overhead movements such as push jerks, split jerks, things like that, you want to keep that band in close, keep your arms in close, as if you're simulating that overhead movement. If you're doing a snatch or an overhead squat, all right, chances are you want to open up your chest, open up your shoulders, and also your lats as well. Get them ready to go for those overhead movements of the overhead squat and the snatch. All right. Now, if you are doing, a lot of times you have cleans. All right. A lot of times with our triceps, things like that, those are going to get not loose as they should be. All right. So what we can do here is we can now come on the inside, have the elbow resting on that band. All right. And when I have it resting on the band, that's going to help to stretch out my tricep. All right. And also into my lats as well. Okay. All these movements are going to hit those lat muscles. Okay. So just like that. So that's the way that works, guys, on that. The other thing you can do, what I like to do sometimes, is I like to come across the body as well. All right. That's going to kind of give me that nice stretch here in my lower back. All right. Also in my lats as well. Okay. Because in CrossFit we do a lot of front movements. Okay. We don't do a lot of rotational stuff. All right. But it's always good to warm up in that movement, anyways. Okay. So those are a couple things, guys. You can do a couple tips you can use. Just using the bands, warming up those shoulders, okay? Really important you have those shoulders nice and loose and warm and ready to go before you start your workout, okay? If they're not loose and you're stiff before you start your workout, chances are you might get hurt, or you're not going to set that PR, which you all want to do. All right, guys? So those are a couple tips to use for mobility, and we'll see you in the next video.